Hello, this is Greg Patuk with Awakening with the Xin Xin Ming. This week's lines of the Xin Xin Ming are quite long. There's actually three lines that are put together as one piece. And what I'd like to do this week is spend time and unpack and go through each line in three different parts. Because if we did it all together, it would be so much to take in, and I really feel like it would be too heavy or too overwhelming, and it's even a lot for me to try to really absorb and think about and discuss all at once because there is so much to it. So the lines this week of the Zinzin Ming read: indeed, it is due to our choosing to accept or reject that we do not see the true nature of things, live neither in the entanglements of outer things, nor in inner feelings of emptiness. Be serene in the oneness of things, and such erroneous views will disappear by themselves. And if you're on kind of the same thought process as I am, that is a lot to take in. So, what I really want to focus on and talk about and journal about for the next few days is just the one line of: indeed, it is due to our choosing to accept or reject that we do not see the true nature of things. Now, something that I wrote about this was, rather than absorbing yourself into the moment and observing what truly is, we let our ego run wild and look deep into false misinterpretations of various scenarios. And that's what we truly do when we don't see the true nature of things. The true nature is people are just doing what they do, and not everything is about you. Not everything is out to get you. Not everything is personally done, perhaps either for or against you. For people are so caught up, at least if they're like me, I am so just caught up in, trying to stay in my center and to get through my days in a peaceful and loving way and not get trapped in all of the different entanglements of life and the stresses of what life potentially has to offer, or at least that we view instances as stressors. People are just doing their best trying to get through the day. So the true nature of things is really that it's just everybody is doing their thing, and it's not always about you. So you don't need to take everything that people do around you as personal. For instance, maybe you text a friend, or you text a colleague, and you see that little red receipt, and you're wondering when you're going to see those three little dots in the corner, writing you back. And then you don't see those three dots writing you back. And you know that they read the message 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. And you're thinking, what is going on? Why aren't they writing back to me? They saw my text message. What could they possibly, did I offend them? Are they mad at me now? Like, what's going on? Well, who knows, right? The true nature of things is they got caught up in just doing something that they perhaps needed to do. Or if they have kids, maybe, somebody took away their attention, or maybe they got a phone call, right? I mean, we make so many false stories in our heads about what could be happening, or maybe somebody gives us a look that we may deem as, I don't know, like not nice, or you take offense to it, like, oh, that person, why did that person look at me like that? That's strange. Was I doing something? I did I say something? Like, what? why would they do that? Like, why would they do that towards me? What, what's going on? And then you might even go as far as you start to perhaps, not necessarily ice them out, but maybe just as a defense mechanism, you don't perhaps go and talk to them because now you're stressed out and you're worried because they looked at you a certain way and they may not even know. Who knows what they were thinking in their heads, right? Maybe they were thinking about how bad they thought last night's dinner tasted, and their look just reflected that. And then they're looking at perhaps in your direction, thinking of that. But then there's you so caught up in, oh my goodness, what's happening? Why is that person looking like that? Why is that person speaking like that? This person hasn't texted me back. What's going on? We make all of these false stories in our head. And then if you would just go ask them, oh, hey, you gave me a weird look, and I was a little worried about it, and they might look at you like, oh, I don't. I was thinking about how bad last night's dinner tasted. I had nothing to do with you, right? Or, oh, I saw that you read my text message and you didn't get back to me. Is everything okay? And you know, people are like, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Uh, something else came up that took my attention away, and then I just honestly forgot about it, and I'm so very sorry. And it's just funny how often, and I've fallen into that trap as well, where something happens and it's due to expectations that I might have about how somebody should, react to me, or how they should perceive what it is that I'm doing. And many times, if you hold expectations for people and how they should act, or how they should react, or how things should go, if they should respond to you in a certain amount of time, or they should look at you in a certain way, that when that doesn't happen, you very well may take offense to that, when in reality, the true nature is it has nothing to do with you. People are just trying to get through their lives and trying to get through what's causing them stress, or what's causing them anxiety, or their minds are thinking to the next moment, and to the next moment, and to the next moment after that, or they're thinking of things that they did in the past that they wish they could fix, or how things didn't quite go the way that they thought, and they're just kind of caught up in their own little bubble of stress and anxiety and made up stories. And now here's you making up stories for them and for why they're not behaving the way that you want them to behave, because you're taking offense to it. And those poor people